constitution, and that policy is of NDA and implementation is of Raja, and Kapil Sibal, Salman Khurshid, Chidambaram and Prime Minister and all are completely in the dark about everything.
Yeah, I'm going to raise these big questions in a moment, sir. There are several big questions, unanswered questions that Mr. Sibal will have to raise. We are going to come to them with a graphic in a moment that Mr. Sibal will have to answer. But do you believe at any stage that maybe not so much in your rule, sir, but your predecessor Pramod Mahajan was wrong in a sense with the kind of telecom policy? Because there have been reports that the CBI intends to look at the manner in which telecom licenses were granted during the Mahajan period as well.
I'm told that there's one charge sheet that I listened to, for which Mr. Shahul Ghosh has been questioned, or something of that kind. But our basic position, Rajdeep, yours and mine, must be that wherever wrong has been done, it must come out into the open. I am not for differentiating between NDA and UPA and so on. Only these lawyers like Kapil Sibal, or actually very large lawyers like Kapil Sibal, this is their expertise.
Let me ask you, sir, in your sense, is there a principle of constructive responsibility in the cabinet or not? Should there be a principle of constructive responsibility that an action, a willfully criminal action taken by a minister, should the Prime Minister or the Finance Minister at the time be in any way responsible for the actions of a minister of theirs?
Well, actually speaking, Rajdeep, it is not even constructive responsibility. It is, one is collective responsibility. It seems that the Prime Minister is not responsible in this government for anything.
Yes.
It is, you have been reporting what has been happening on the age of the Army Chief.
Yes.
It is happening in the Defence Ministry. It is happening for 1.5 years in the public. A fad which has not been seen in India is going on, and the Prime Minister is happily asleep. So how can it be that the cabinet functions by collective responsibility? That is one point. Second is, please look at the record. It will be good to show the record to your viewers today. Everything Raja did, Raja recorded in letter to the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Second, Prime Minister himself came to know of irregularities and wrote a long 2.5-page single-space letter to Raja, listing those. Third, as far as the absolute responsibility is concerned, is that all these people are going on saying this is the NDA policy, NDA decision. NDA decision was that the spectrum price cannot be fixed by me alone. It had to be done by the Minister of Telecommunications and the Finance Minister together. So whatever was done by the two of them together. I mean, under no circumstances could the Finance Minister abdicate his responsibility without that cabinet decision being changed by a new cabinet decision, which was never taken.
My final question to you, are you then saying Kapil Sibal today ended up defending the indefensible? That at the end of the day, what Kapil Sibal has done has tried to defend the indefensible. You don't see any attempt by the UPA to either pass the buck onto the NDA, to transfer it to the Prime Minister or the then Finance Minister as tenable.
Absolutely, and to say that he has defended the indefensible is wrong. He's made a fool of himself trying to cover up the indefensible, as usual.
All right. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Arun Shourie.